everyone. This video is going to be about Epcot. It's going to have a brief overview. Probably not going to be brief. I'm going to try to be brief. And then some tips at the end just for Epcot. A little housekeeping beforehand. Please, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe so you can keep up to date on all my latest videos and information. Check out my Facebook page, Vacation with the Magic by Shelby. There's some great pictures. If Disney has any discounts or promos, they're there as well. I am a TA that specializes in Disney. So if you have any questions or you like to book a future trip, let me know. It doesn't cost anything to you when you book a trip through me. All my services will be free, and that includes, dining reservations. I'm up at the crack of dawn. Fastpass reservations. I'm up at the crack of dawn, as well as recommendations. I love to do itineraries. That is always a lot of fun for me. That way you don't waste any time in long lines, and you enjoy and make magical memories with your family. And Walt had an idea of what he wanted Epcot to be. Oh, if you hear thundering, it's storming right now, so I have a dog that's trying to crawl back inside. Not that she was inside to begin with, but she's trying to I know, it's okay. It's just the boom booms. You're okay. She's freaking out, so if you hear anything, I apologize. Anyway, so Walt had a vision for Epcot, and I can go into that in another video if you like. So Epcot opened on October 1st, 1982. And I actually remember being in Disney World when it was just the Magic Kingdom and seeing them construct the giant golf ball, which is Spaceship Earth, which is the iconic symbol of Epcot. Epcot has two sections, Future World and World Showcase. And first of all, I want to apologize if I go fast because there's a ton of information, so I want to try to get it all out there and not go in enough detail. If you would like more detail, let me know. I could do a separate video on Future World or a separate video on World Showcase because, believe me, that would take up enough time as it is. And as well, check out my blog, and that information will be down below as well. All right, so if you have Future World and World Showcase. Future World consists of Spaceship Earth, Universe of Energy, Mission Space, Test Track, Innovations, which has the Epcot character spot, the Seas with Nemo and Friends, the Land Pavilion, and the Imagination Pavilion. So World Showcase, you have the International Gateway as well as all of the countries. And you have Mexico, Norway, China, the African Outpost, Germany, Italy, America, Japan, Morocco, France, the United Kingdom, and Canada. There is a baby care station, and that is located in Future World at the Odyssey Center, as well as that's where security is. And there is a stroller, wheelchair / ECV rental, and that is also in Future World, past the park entrance to the left of Spaceship Earth. So if you're looking at Spaceship Earth dead on, you can't miss it. It is to the left of that. Future World. Future World, I'm going to start with Spaceship Earth. And Spaceship Earth is the giant golf ball, as I'm going to call it, because that's what it looks like to me. And it amazes people that there is a ride in this, and that ride is Spaceship Earth. And it is right now hosted by Dame Judi Dench, and it talks about technology, communications throughout the ages. So from the beginning, thank the Phoenicians for the alphabet, and ending with, how is your future going to be affected by communications and technology. I think this ride is fantastic. It is nice, it is relaxing, it is a continuous moving ride as well, so the line tends to go fast, and there's a tip for it at the end, so stay tuned. There is also a shop which is directly across from Spaceship Earth, so when you walk in, it's gonna thunder. When you walk into Spaceship Earth, it is over here, and that is the camera center. They have lots of camera stuff, SD cards, so you have lots of camera accessories. Next up, we're gonna go to the left, and that is Universe of Energy. And the ride in this is Ellen's Energy Adventure. And it is old, it is dated, yes, and it is very long. It is a 45-minute ride. Yes, it is. It is very long. Make sure the little ones go to the bathroom beforehand. It is a relaxing ride. You sit in a little, it's not little, it's a car-ish thing, giant bench. You could technically probably fit two of me, and I'm 5'9", straight across the bench if I wanted to. Maybe 1.5. But It is just very slow moving, and it goes through. I think it's a must if you've never ridden it. And obviously, if you ride it, if you've ridden it once, you decide whether or not you go back. We ride it every time because the kids enjoy it, because they have animatronic dinosaurs in it, and the kids think it's funny and cute. It has, I said Ellen and Bill Nye the Science Guy and Stupid Judy, who is played by Jamie Lee Curtis, and they go through Jeopardy and all this stuff. So, once again, it's a very long ride. Take that into consideration, and I would say ride it in the afternoon if you want to ride it. Mission Space. Mission Space is a ride in itself, and in it you are launched into space, and you have to complete a mission by NASA. There are 2 different levels of this. There is orange and green. Orange is more intense, and green is much more relaxing. It's the same kind of thing where you have to complete the mission, but in orange you feel the centrifuge. And if you don't know what a centrifuge is, Google it. It spins, 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 spins. So if you are sensitive to motion sickness and stuff like that, then I recommend doing the green level. The shop there is the Mission Space cargo area, and this has toys and apparel and accessories and stuff like that. Next up is Test Track, and Test Track is an e-ticket ride in Epcot. And in this, you design your own car, you ride in your car, and it is put through a series of tests. And then your car is rated on how well it does in each of the tests. And we make it a family competition where myself and one of the kids and my husband and one of the kids designs a car. And then, the 2 of us are competing against each other, which makes it a little bit more fun. Test Track is a lot of fun. It is not a roller coaster. It does go fast at the end, and it says it goes about 60 miles per hour. Not sure. Sure, feels like it. It goes really fast, but it is not a roller coaster. Also in this area is a snack cart and a shop as well. In the Innovations area, you will be able to meet your favorite Disney characters at the Epcot character spot. So you have, last time it was Mickey, Minnie, and Donald. And sometimes it's Goofy, they switch it out. You can also meet Joy and Sadness, as well as Baymax. And rumor has it they are expanding this area as well to meet more characters in the future. For dining in this area, you have the quick service. And a quick service, just to recap, is a walk up. You order your food, you pay for your food, you go up, you get your food, and you go and sit, and you do not need to make a reservation. Table service, you should make a reservation 180 days in advance, and this is more like a standard restaurant where you go and you order your food. You sit down and you're served by a waiter or waitress. You order your food from a menu. They bring it out to you standard restaurant. And they said the electric umbrella is a quick service. They have sandwiches, they have burgers, and it's just a nice little stop in Future World. I have a better one coming up, I promise. Shops in Innovations, you have the Art of Disney, which has high-end art pieces that are Disney, and collectibles. You have Club Cool, which if you haven't seen the videos, you should check it out. You get to go in. They have little Coke stations. It is sponsored by Coca-Cola, and you can test soda from around the world. Try the Beverly if you've never tried it. You also have Mouse Gear, and Mouse Gear is probably the second biggest shop on Disney property, if not the first, next to Emporium in the Magic Kingdom, and it has everything and anything you could possibly want that is Disney. Entertainment that happens in this area as well is you have the Druminators, and they are hysterical, and they are actually, it's very entertaining. It's about a 10-minute show. They are janitors who come out and perform on drums and stuff like that. There's also another group that comes out, and they are chefs, and they perform with kitchenware and stoves and things like that. And there is also a little Muppet show as well. And this Muppet show, I don't know why I did the quotes. This Muppet show is near the Times board. So check that out. It's really cute. It's Beaker and Honeydew, and it's absolutely adorable, especially if you're a Muppet fan. Also in this area is the Fountain View. And the Fountain View is a quick service. They have sweet treats, and it is also a Starbucks. So if you need that extra fix of caffeine, there's a Starbucks in every park, and the Fountain View is where it is at in Epcot. Next up, we have the Seas with Nemo and Friends. And in this, there are 2 attractions. There's one ride and there's one attraction. Even though the whole inside is basically an attraction because it's in a giant aquarium, and is really cool and is so relaxing, and it is very air conditioned, which makes it a great spot in the afternoon, and especially in the middle of July and August and September, you know, that when it's really hot. This is a great place to take a break. The ride is the Nemo ride. The Seas with Nemo and Friends. You board a clamshell and it takes you through, and they're searching for Nemo, and you hear the song, which just will come up in a future video, from the Animal Kingdom show Nemo, Finding Nemo the musical. The show, the attraction, is Turtle Talk with Crush, and if you have little kids, and even up to, my daughter is 9 and she still loves it very much. It is really cool. It is interactive, and the kids get to sit down front, the grown-ups sit back on benches, and Crush comes out and talks to the kids and, you know, calls them, and, you know, because it's done with, I'm trying to look for my children because it's summer, it's done with cameras and everything, so he can talk to them and interact with them and call them out, you know, dude with the red shell on your head, hat, you know, what's your question, and stuff like that. So, like, he's there, you know, actually talking to the children and answering their questions and interacting with them. It is super, super cool. And as I said, the majority of this place is an aquarium, sea-based aquarium, and it is just amazing. They have dolphins and sharks and, you know, sea turtles, giant sea turtles, and manatees, and it's a lovely educational place without, you know, forcing education down your kids' throats. So it's a really nice area. It's one of my favorite parts of Epcot. Also in this pavilion is the Coral Reef Restaurant, and this is a table service restaurant. And while they do have a lot of seafood, they also have a lot of other options as well. And the one side of the restaurant is a wall of the aquarium, so you can sit and be like, and I know people that, and this is sad, people won't eat the fish there because, like, you're looking at the fish is looking at you, and you're eating fish, and like, I just can't do that. But some people can, not a problem. But it's really nice and it's relaxing to watch the fish and, you know, have your meal. And it's great entertainment for the kids too. Especially if a kid that, like, bounces during the meals and, you know, just doesn't want to sit still. Here's your entertainment, buddy. You got a whole wall of fish to watch while you're eating. The next pavilion is the Land. And in the Land you have 2 rides, 1 attraction. Soarin', which is another e-ticket ride. And in this, you sit in a seat and you put your harness down, strapped in, and you are lifted up. Now, if you have a fear of heights, I suggest trying to be, you know, try to get the bottom row of this, because there are some rows, and you are watching a big screen, and it looks like you are flying through the air. It is really cool. You'll get the scents and, you know, from the different areas, and it's really, really neat and a lot of fun. Living with the Land is the next ride, and in this you are on a boat and you get to go through the greenhouse and learn how they make, you know, how they grow food, and there's hatcheries for fish and stuff like that. Is nice. It is relaxing. It is agricultural based, obviously, and Disney actually pulls some of their stuff for restaurants from this greenhouse as well, so it's really cool to see. The attraction is the Circle of Life, and this film stars characters from The Lion King, and it focuses on conservation. There are 2 dining options in the Land Pavilion. The first up is Garden Grill. It is table service. Now, don't be, you know, I don't want to say fooled, don't be taken back by the fact that this restaurant rotates while you eat. It goes very, very slow. It is a character meal. You will see Mickey in his firm attire, Pluto, and Chip and Dale. We were there in October, so I'll put that information down below. It was a lot of fun. Sunshine Seasons is quick service, and this has healthy options and lots of different stations, so there's lots of options. This is actually probably the best quick service. Actually, it is the best quick service in Future World. The final pavilion is the Imagination Pavilion, and I am wearing my shirt. I don't know if you can see it. My Figment shirt today. Journey into Imagination with Figment. Figment is a little purple dragon. Oh, my son's is upstairs. He is super cute. This is a great ride for the kids. I wish they would bring the old one back with Dreamfinder. That was my favorite. And, you know, is just fantastic. But Figment it's a cute ride, and kids seem to enjoy it a lot. So you tour the Imagination Institute with Figment, and Figment kind of goes on a little, he gets loose and takes you on his own little tour. There's also the Disney and Pixar Film Festival, and this is currently showing short films from Disney and Pixar. So the shop is ImageWorks, and this is after the Figment ride, and after you go through ImageWorks as well, where you get to, play with instruments and just use your imagination and art and music and everything like that. A couple last minute restaurants that are quick service. You have the refreshment port and you have promenade refreshments. Now, the refreshment port is known for its cronut, which is so good, and drinks, and promenade refreshments has hot dogs and drinks and little snacks like that. Shops here are port of entry, and you will see them when you come down the big walkway with Spaceship Earth behind you, going towards World Showcase, and they have they have almost everything that you could want. I mean, they don't have like all, I would try mouse gears if you want like really like character based, but they have little like if you need something for your camera or a lanyard and some pins and stuff like that. They also have a fuel rod kiosk as well, so keep that in mind if you do fuel rods and you need, to exchange yours out. The main entertainment, I'm going to put this in with Future World, although you can see it from all of World Showcase, is Illuminations, and that is the nighttime fireworks / projection / laser show at Epcot. All right, World Showcase. World Showcase has two things around World Showcase. You have your Kid Fun Stops, and these are for the kids, and they can decorate a little Duffy on a stick and go around to the different kiosks in each of the countries and learn how to say hi in each of the languages. And there is a staff member there who is native to that country to help out the kids, so that is a great educational tool. And then you have Agent P's World Showcase Adventure, and on this you can use your phone now, which is really neat, or they give you a little device and you go around and help Agent P. And you can do this at your leisure. You can do one country, you can do all the countries. It does take up time from your touring of the park, but it is a great little added extra, especially if you go to Epcot often. I'm not going to go into great detail about the restaurants in this because there are a ton of restaurants in Epcot. We're going to start off in Mexico, and Mexico has the Grand Fiesta Tour starring the 3 Caballeros. So it's the Donald Duck themed ride with the three Caballeros. If you haven't seen the movie, check it out. It's dated. We'll put it that way, okay? So you join Jose and Panchito, and they're trying to find Donald Duck throughout all of Mexico because they're on tour with him. It is a very relaxing boat ride. And you have the Mexico Folk Art Gallery, which displays a lot of beautiful Mexican art pieces. For restaurants, for table service, you have the San Angel Inn, which is inside the giant pyramid. Across the way, you have La Hacienda de San Angel. Quick service, you have La Cantina de San Angel, which is tacos and empanadas. And of course, you have the La Cava del Tequila, which is a tequila bar. Can't go wrong there. There's also a cart outside which sells margaritas. There are shops throughout the way. If you do not have a restaurant in the dining area, not interested in it, you should at least go inside the pyramid. It is they did an amazing job with the theming and everything. It's absolutely fantastic. For entertainment, there is a mariachi band that roams around Mexico. They have a show that is about 25 minutes long. And they are wonderful, wonderful musicians. The next country up is Norway, and Norway currently has the hot ticket ride in Epcot, and that is Frozen Ever After. And it is a boat ride with a small drop in it, and you see all the characters from Frozen. I recommend getting a Fastpass for this. I have known people that have gotten there at rope drop, that have come around from International Gateway, and it is still crazy 30-minute wait, so please get a Fastpass for this ride if you are going to ride it. You also have the Stave Church Gallery, and this has an exhibit showing the culture of Norway as well as the inspirations behind the movie Frozen. For dining, you have Akershus, and that is a table service restaurant. It is a princess character dining themed restaurant. You meet Belle right in the foyer when you walk in. And in the past, we have met Snow White, Ariel, Aurora, Cinderella. I know they switch the princesses in and out as well, but it is character themed. It is a really nice restaurant. They have like a little buffet that you could pick, and then you get to also pick off the menu as well. There's the Kringla Bakery. They have school breads and great little snacks. It is a great place to hit for breakfast in the morning. And then the Puffin's Roost, which is apparel and accessories. The next country up is China. And China has a film showcasing China, and that is called The Reflections of China. There is also the House of the Whispering Willows, and this has an exhibit featuring a reproduction of the Terracotta Army. It's really neat. For dining, for table service, you have 9 Dragons. Quick service, you have the Lotus Blossom Cafe, and outside also you have the Joy of Tea. That's a quick service. There are a couple shops, Good Fortune Gifts, House of Good Fortune, and for entertainment, you have the Jeweled Dragon Acrobats, and they perform right out front the Chinese Pavilion there. You'll see their spot. It's about a 20-minute show. It's a really good show. I highly recommend it. My son first saw it when he was almost 2, a little under 2, and he clapped at the end all by himself. Like, he was enthralled by it. Absolutely fantastic. Next up is the Outpost, and the Outpost is based off of Africa. It was supposed to be Africa, but then, Animal Kingdom came along too, and they made that Africa, and hopefully they replaced it with something. Rumor has it rumor has it that eventually Brazil will make an appearance as a pavilion in Epcot. So, they might get rid of the Outpost eventually and put something else in. There is a small snack stand, and there's a shop which features beads and stuff. They used to have beads that are made out of old recycled park maps. It was really cool. The next country is Germany. And for the restaurants, for table service, you have Beer Garden, and you get to listen to an Oompa band and enjoy a wonderful buffet of sauerkraut and bratwurst and knackwurst and everything German with beer. It's great. You have the Summerfest, which has bratwurst and sauerkraut and German beer. And you have the Caramel Kucha, which is caramel covered anything. Grapes, pineapple, pretzels, graham crackers. If they can do it and cover it in caramel, they will. They will cover it in chocolate, and they will sell that puppy. It's really, really good. There are a ton of shops in Germany, and they sell anything that you can imagine that is German. Steins, and teddy bears, Christmas ornaments, nutcrackers. Italy is next. And in Italy, you have 2 table service restaurants. You have Tutto Italia, which serves pasta and fish and chicken and steak and stuff like that. The food is on a different level than Via Napoli, which is the next table service restaurant. And Via Napoli is good, and it is mainly known for its pizza. So definitely check that out. There is also the Tutto Gusto wine cellar, which features, of course, Italian wine. You have to, right? There are some shops in Italy, and there's also for entertainment in this little square. You'll see the little circle in the square. There is a flag group. That is pretty incredible. The next pavilion is American Adventure. And if you watched my Magic Kingdom overview, if you haven't, I will list that information down below. They have the American Adventure, and it is a show. It's animatronic, and it is hosted by Ben Franklin and Mark Twain, and this is my favorite patriotic show of all of Walt Disney World. The song at the end makes me cry. It's an absolutely spectacular show. In the foyer of the American Adventure Pavilion, you will find the Voices of Liberty, and if you didn't see it, I vlogged about it when we went in October. I'll put that information down below as well. They are fantastic. If I could sing, which I can't because I'm really, really bad at it, this would be the way to go. They sing patriotic songs. They sing songs for American heritage. It is absolutely fantastic. Also in this building is the American Heritage Gallery, featuring art from our heritage. It is really great. It's a great walkthrough. It's just a nice piece of patriotic history. For restaurants, you have quick service restaurants in the American Pavilion. You have the Liberty Inn, which is hot dogs, burgers, and nuggets. You have Fife and Drum, which is turkey legs, ice cream, and Block and Hans, which is beer and pretzels. Entertainment, Voices of Liberty, and also the American Music Machine, which is an a cappella group which plays on the stage right across from the American Pavilion. Next up is Japan, and they have a gallery there that features an exhibit of Japanese culture. It's really amazing. For restaurants, you have 2 table service. You have Teppan Endo, which is hibachi style grill restaurant. Absolutely fantastic entertainment while you eat. And Tokyo Dining, which is great for sushi. Also, you have Katsura Grill, quick service, which is also known for sushi and udon and stir fry. And the Kabuki Cafe, quick service, they also have sushi and sake and Japanese beer. For shops, you have the department store, which is underneath Teppan Endo and Tokyo Dining. And it is absolutely wonderful. They have tons and tons of Japanese merchandise, and that's also where you get to pick a pearl. So if you're interested in that, that's where you need to go. Entertainment, they have the Matsuruza Japanese Drum Trio. They are outside the one building. You'll see them. They go out on the balcony. Absolutely incredible. It's about a 15-minute show. Next up is Morocco. And in Morocco, they have a gallery of arts and history that exhibits Moroccan culture. For restaurants, you have Restaurant Marrakesh, which is table service, and they have belly dancing. It's Moroccan cuisine, such as lamb and kebabs and couscous. They have chicken, they have beef. It's okay. I suggest checking it out. We are actually eating there next time as a family. We've never been, so we are very, very excited. We love to try new restaurants every time we go to Walt Disney World. Then you have Spice Road Table, which is across the way, which is also table service, and they do a Mediterranean fare. You also have the Tangerine Cafe, which is quick service. They have wraps, they have skewers, they have hummus, and I love the falafel there. Highly recommend. You have shops, Casablanca Carpets, Tangerine Traders. France, currently you have Impressions de France, which is a film that showcases France. Rumor has it there is a Remy from Ratatouille ride coming, which would be actually nice. I would like that a lot. Dining, and this is what France is known for. You have Chefs de France, which is table service. Monsieur Paul, which is also table service, which is gourmet French cuisine. Quick service. You have the French bakery. I'm not going to say it. You can't make me. I will butcher it. I didn't take France. I took German in high school and in college. I can't do it. You have the quick service ice cream place, which is wonderful. You also have a cart with crepes. Holy crap on a cracker. Good stuff. Like, if this is just fantastic. If you've never had a crepe, try it. It's so good. You can get them with ice cream and Nutella and fruit, and you know, they don't have to be savory, they can be sweet. It's amazing. A must. There's also lots and lots of shops that do perfume and bags and housewares, gifts, food. So they have macaroons. Like, you check it out. France is really, really cool. You also have for the streetmosphere, the street entertainment. I'm not going to say it. I'm sorry. French acrobats. Okay, I'll try. It's Servier Amusant. It's about a 20-minute show. It's really amazing. It makes me nervous. It gives me anxiety. If you don't know what I'm talking about, check it out. He goes up on chairs, really high. Like, I keep thinking he's going to fall. I know he's not going to fall, but I gives me anxiety. But it's a really cool show. Next up is the United Kingdom. And in the United Kingdom, between the United Kingdom and France is the International Gateway. And this is where you can enter from beach club, yacht club, boardwalk, from the boats. So it's a nice, and it's a fantastic walkway. I actually recommend, if you get a Beaches and Cream, if you're going to Beaches and Cream for like lunch one day, make that your Epcot day and just enjoy that walk because it's absolutely gorgeous. All right, I digress. So after International Gateway, you have the United Kingdom. And in the United Kingdom, you have the Rose and Crown pub, table service, standard British fare, really, really good. Fish and chips, shepherd pie, bangers and mash, Scotch egg. Oh, love me a Scotch egg. And if you can in the evening, if you're there in the evening, there's a woman who, entertains in the bar area with the piano and sings. It's really nice. Outside, you have the Yorkshire County Fish Shop. And this is a quick service, and they do beer and fish and chips as well. So if you can't get that reservation, but you want your fish and chips, check out the Yorkshire. There are shops across the way. You have the Crown and Crest, the Queen's Table, the Tea Caddy, which has tea, and the Toy Soldier, which is where you can meet Winnie the Pooh and Tigger in the back. There's a garden. Now, entertainment, they are going all over the place with their entertainment in this area. So entertainment has been the British Revolution, which is a British rock band, and Quickstep, which is a British quartet. And they usually perform in the little gazebo in the back by the little maze area. You'll see it. The last country is Canada. And in Canada, they have the O Canada, which is a film that shows you the many facets of Canada, hosted by Martin Short. You do not sit in there. Okay, that's the difference. You have to stand for that, and it's the whole way around the theater. So, you know, like it's panoramic, so it's the whole way. So you don't see everything. If you're like facing this way, you miss all this back here, and you are standing for the entire show. So keep that in mind. For restaurants, you have Le Cellier, which is a table service, and it is a hard to get dining reservation. So you have to make that one 180 days in advance. It is a steakhouse, and they have great cheese soup. So if you can't get a reservation and you're there during either Food and Wine or Flower and Garden, if you can hit the Canada food booth outside, they usually have cheese soup. At least they, I mean, most of the time during Food and Wine, it is there. I know it's there in 2017 as well because they just released the menus yesterday. So it's fantastic. Entertainment, they have Trad Nation, which is musicians playing and dancers. And it's out on the stage out front. And there is a shop as well, the Northwest Mercantile, which has Canadian apparel and accessories, a lot of hockey stuff. So that is my whirlwind tour of Epcot. Really fast, so much information. I didn't go into great detail as I did in the Magic Kingdom, and I'll be able to go into more detail for Animal Kingdom and Hollywood Studios because they're not as big now. Hollywood Studios will be in 2019 with the opening of Star Wars Land, and 2018 with the opening of Toy Story Land, so I will have to update you on those when that happens, but for now, I'll be able to go into more detail. All right, my tips for Epcot. I have, first off, tip number 1, skip Spaceship Earth first thing in the morning. If you're hitting at rope drop, if you're getting there at, say the park opens at 9, if you're getting there at 10, skip Spaceship Earth. People tend to, it's the first thing they see, so it's the first thing they get on. No. Go around the sides. Go find something else to ride. Because the line will die down in the afternoon when people tend to move to World Showcase and in the evening as well. So you can always come back around and ride Spaceship Earth. Tip number 2, Frozen Ever After. It is a must Fastpass right now. Now, if you can't get it as your must Fastpass, it does open at 9 a.m. World Showcase does not open till 11 a.m., but Frozen Ever After does open at 9 a.m. So that kind of helps alleviates in the morning. It still becomes a long ride fast. And I have known people that have entered International Gateway to try to beat the crowd that's coming in the front, and still at 9 o'clock says, boom, 30-minute wait. So that's why I say it is a must Fastpass. Tip number 3, if you have the dining plan, any dining plan, you currently get 2 snack credits. And these snack credits can be used at any of the food booths during Flower and Garden, Food and Wine, the Art Festival. I have a feeling, I'm seeing it in my head, that eventually there's always going to be some sort of festival at Epcot, which is fine with me. Bring on the food booths, Epcot. We love it. So you can use your snack credits at the food booths throughout Epcot. And the food booths are usually, they start in Future World and they go around the country. So it's absolutely fantastic. Tip number 4, and keep this in mind, especially if you're going during the summer, especially in the afternoon. Epcot is open. And there are times where you're like, wow, I didn't know it could be this hot. Holy cow. There's not a lot of shade, which is why I recommend Ellen's Energy Adventure in the afternoon, because it's 45 minutes where at least you're cool and you get some shade. Just keep it in mind. Hydrate, sunscreen, hats, sunglasses, whatever you have to do. Epcot is open. And my last tip is about World Showcase. And one of the wonderful things of Epcot is that there are so many restaurants. I still recommend at 180 days to make those dining reservations, but if you for some reason can't or don't, that's fine. That's how you travel. That's cool. Epcot is great for that because sometimes some of those restaurants you can still book, you know, the week before, like Nine Dragons, or the day before. So it is a great place if you are just flying by the seat of your pants. So thank you so much for watching. Next week is going to be Epcot must-dos and the top 3 Fastpass choices for Epcot. Remember, if you like this video, like, subscribe, comment, check out my blog. That information will be down below, and I will see you next time.